1 seed South Carolina wins basketball wins over 1 seed Iowa 87-75. So, first of all, South Carolina is now the 10th undefeated champion in women's basketball history, and the first one since 2016 in UConn. So, I'm going to go over the stats for the game and apologize if I'm looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. So, first of all, Iowa actually was up as many as 11 points. Now, South Carolina was resilient. The largest lead for South Carolina was actually by 14. Points on turnovers favored Iowa, actually. 15 to 14. Fast break points favored South Carolina at 12 to 10. But points in the paint, 48-32, South Carolina. I knew that could have been a problem in this game. I thought it could have been a problem. I mean, and Iowa didn't shoot the ball good. They had a quick start. I mean, 39.7% from the field on 63 attempts, 39.1% on threes on 23 attempts. So they shot pretty good from three, and they made their free throws count. 80% on 20 attempts, 29 rebounds, 7 of those offensive, 13 assists, 6 steals, 4 blocks, 9 turns, which is not a lot, and 14 fouls. And believe it or not, Iowa did not have a single bench point. And they had 4 double-digit scores that combined for 69 points. And Caitlin Clark went crazy in that first quarter, 18 points, but the rest of the way, 12 points the rest of the way. I'm just telling the truth. And South Carolina had how many bench points? Okay, 19 plus 9, that's 28 already. Plus 6, that's 34. 30 plus 3, that's 37 bench points. And 1, 2, 3, 4 double-digit scores that combine for a 15 plus 11, that's 26. Plus 14, that's 40. Plus 19, that's 59 points right there. It's not including 1, 2, 3 other players, 6 more points that combine for 7 plus 6, that's 13. Plus 9, that's 22 points right there. And South Carolina shot 47.9% from the field on 673 attempts. So they took more shots than South Carolina, and you're going to realize why in a second. 42.1% on threes on 19 attempts. They made their threes. They're better from 3 this year than last year, South Carolina. There's one thing that they have to correct going into next year regardless, is the free throw shooting. 52.9% from the free throw line on 17 attempts. But that didn't matter because 51 rebounds. 18 of those offensive. When you win the rebounding margin that big, you're probably going to win the game. 16 assists, 8 steals, 8 blocks, 13 turns, 17 fouls. So, South Carolina is 38-0 and 18-0 in the SEC. And they got their revenge against Iowa from last year. Remember, Iowa beat South Carolina a year ago in the Final Four. And Iowa, you have nothing to hang your head about. You had a great year. You went to back-to-back national championship games. And yes, you want to finish. That's all ultimately. But you made it further than a lot of teams. And I know what Caitlin Clark really wants is a title, but it's pretty hard. I mean, first of all, South Carolina is just that good. They may not have a superstar, so to speak, but they have a lot of depth. I mean, South Carolina does. And Iowa finishes the season at 34-5 on the year, 15-3 in the Big Ten, which is crazy to think they were the second best Big Ten team. And I'm going to go over like the roster outlook for next year. Obviously, we know Iowa is going to lose Caitlin Clark. That's definite. Even though she's a fourth-year senior, but she's going to be number 1 draft pick. I mean, it does not make sense to come back for another year and risk all the injury factor. Well, Molly Davis is definitely done too, so that's already 2 players. Kate Martin. And this is all pending transfer portal on all this. Yeah, she's a 5th-year player as well. And like I said, Caitlin Clark is gone. So all 4 seniors are gone. And believe it or not, they will also not have Sharon Goodman, who is going to go into nursing school next year. So she's moving on to nursing school. So that's 5 players right there. And I know for a fact they do have 5 players that committed or signed with Iowa right now. So they lose a lot of personnel. And they could potentially have up to 14 players on their roster next year. I just don't know how much of a step back they're going to take, because losing Caitlin Clark, the best women's basketball player in Iowa history, that's going to hurt. You can't deny it. It's a matter of how much of a step back are they going to be. And this is all pending transfer portal. And we already know now on the South Carolina side of things, we already know Camila Cardoso is going to be gone. Even though she has a COVID year, she's not going to use it. It makes sense. I mean, especially if you're like the top 6 WNBA draft pick or top 7 for sure. Why risk another year? What else you going to do? Win another SEC title? Win another national championship, SEC tournament title as well? Go undefeated again? Doing all that is really, really hard. And South Carolina did that this year. And I'm going to check on the other seniors, by the way. I know Pow Pow from South Carolina is a senior, but she's only like a 4th year senior. So she definitely has another year of eligibility, if she so inclines to come back. And Sakima Walker is a senior as well, but she's only I think a 4th year senior. She might have another year eligibility. I think so. But everybody else, they could all potentially return. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they actually did lose. They already lost a player to the transfer portal, but she hasn't played since February 4th. So that's the deal. And they do have, and that player that was suspended, that transferred out, she was suspended indefinitely for contract detrimental to the team. Yeah, and Pow Pow, by the way, definitely is coming back. So, yeah, that's definitely up to a 11 or 12 players, but it all depends on Sakima Walker. Yeah, that's pretty much the only one that's in question for South Carolina. And they do have 3 other players that are going to come in. I mean, Joyce Edwards, Madison McDaniel, Adil Tack, or ADHELTAC. So they're going to potentially have like 11 players, and this is all, or 12 players, but this is all potential. This is all pending on transfer portal. You never know these days, and I already did not include the player that was suspended from the team anyway. So I already knew she was gone. It's a matter of will they lose somebody else. And they definitely have scholarship room to go. To increase the roster size, because the maximum number of scholarships in Division I women's basketball is 15. So they definitely have some room. And I know Iowa doesn't really have a lot of room, but this is all pending transfer portal. We're going to have to wait and see what really happens. And I'm going to once again congratulate South Carolina on their national championship. It's their 3rd one under Dawn Staley, and the first one since 2022. Last year they couldn't do it. This year they did. And obviously their first national championship was in 2016, I believe. 2017. When they played Mississippi State, actually. because Mississippi State beat UConn. But let me check that real fast. Yep, the first one was definitely in 2017. So that's pretty impressive to do that. 3 national championships in the last 7 years. I mean, 7 NCAA. I mean, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's not easy to do. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later. On the road to 600 subscribers, of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 or more. So, make money off this, of course, liking the video, commenting the video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well so more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button. It's free the notification bell as well.